What up, y'all? Manase here, and welcome back to another episode of Mintermission. And for this episode, I have a special guest. Fun fact, she's the one who actually motivated me to start the podcast in the first place. My sister Mary. How's it going?
Hey, Maness. Thanks for the shout outs. And I'm so happy to be here. I'm so excited to get into the meat of it.
Of course, of course. I mean, and for this episode, we're going to be reviewing Stranger Things season 5, volume 1, and I figured it'd be appropriate to tag you along since we're both huge fans of the show. But before we get into the review and our overall thoughts, I just wanted to ask you what your relationship with the show is overall. Like, what made you fall in love with the show? And also, how would you rank the seasons from best to worst, excluding season 5, of course?
So, my relationship to this show. So, you introduced me to this show. I remember Here's Day when we did not have accessible Wi Fi at home in Addis Ababa. And I think you got the episode from school or something. And we had this huge laptop that our dad owned. And you were like, Mary, you're going to love this. Trust me. And I was like, like, leave me alone, you know? And I remember we watched the first episode and I was blown away, and we watched the first season together. We've been watching almost all the seasons together, waiting between these crazy gaps, the years between the different seasons. So it's honestly one of my favorite shows. Um, my rankings. Okay. So my favorite season, which I think is a popular opinion, is season 3. And that's probably because I feel like it was the lightest, the most colorful, um, I think the most entertaining season. And then I'm gonna go with season 1. I mean, the original, it was great. I don't really have a lot of negative things to say about it. And then I'll go season 4 and then season 2. Um, I really like all of them, and, before we get into season 2 and the controversy behind it, or I should say kind of like that popular dislike towards it, I just feel like I think it was a really important season. I just feel like it was more on the darker side. It wasn't as flashy and exciting. And so, not that it was a bad season, but it was the least entertaining, but extremely important for the progression of the show.
No, I agree completely. And it's crazy because my ranking is just like yours. I think season 3 is the most fun. Season 4, while not as fun, but still very epic. And well, actually, no, no, no. Sorry, season 1 is my second favorite because I think season 1 was probably a breath of fresh air compared to the other seasons because it was so grounded and it wasn't as fantastical. Not that I don't enjoy the fantastical elements of the show, but I think that's what makes season 1 so special. And for season 2, yeah, I'm with you. It's for the same reasons why it's my least favorite, but it's still good. I mean, there's no bad season in the show.
I agree.
Um,
And it's actually very rare that we agree on rankings. So
that
that
is
says a
true.
lot.
That is true. That is true. We disagree on a lot of things when it comes to rankings. And yeah, like I remember I was 18 when the first season came out. It was in high school and it was something that I've never seen before. And I think that's what made it stand out so much, like the I mean, you got a bunch of characters that you can relate to, and then you got this mystery where you're confused but also interested at the same time with what's going on. And then of course, season after season things make more sense, but you're still left with more unanswered questions, which we will get to in this review for season 5. But yeah, I pretty much share the same sentiments as you. All right. Now we are going to do a blind ranking. Let me share my screen real quick. I'm going to make you blind rank 10 characters and
Okay.
let's see how you do with that. All right. So I'm going to name the character and you just let me know where you want me to enter it from 1 to 10. We're going to start with Dustin.
Mm. Justin, I've never been particularly attached to him, but I think
Hmm.
he's a great character.
Hmm.
I'm gonna go with um
Where? What'd you say?
5.
Oh, five. All right. Putting it in the middle. That's a safe placement. Next one, Lucas.
Wait, can I is it too late to change
No,
Destiny?
it's too late. You say it. That's the challenge of the game. You say it
Okay.
once, can't go back.
6. Lucas 6.
Six. All right, all right. Like him more. Fair. Next one is Murray.
I like him.
I do too.
I think he's really funny.
hmm
I love I loved him in season 4, of course. He did a lot of work to bring Hopper back. I
hmm
love his dynamic. I like Murray for his dynamic or what he brings out of other characters more than Murray as an individual.
Right.
Like in season 2 when Nancy and Jonathan went to, spill the tea, what he did for their relationship I really liked. And again in season 3 when they had Smirnoff to at his house when Joyce and Hopper brought him, what he did to their dynamic I really liked. So but I don't love him as an individual, so but I also don't hate him. But now
Mhm.
thinking strategy for this game, I don't think there are any characters that I hate.
Mm.
And so I'm not scared to put him at the end, but I guess you could straight up name villains. So I'll go. Can I ask that? Are you gonna name villains?
I can't say.
Okay. Mm. Okay, I'll put Murray at 8.
Eight. All
Yeah.
right. All right. Murray's at eight. Next one is Bob. Rest
Mm.
in peace, Bob.
Love Bob.
Mm.
Put Bob at 4. I really do like him.
Oh, wow. Okay. Over Dustin
Yeah.
and Lucas. All right. All right.
Yeah.
Hey, it's your ranking. I'm just a little
Yeah.
surprised. I like him too. The next one is Will.
Wow. Post
Okay,
season
okay, okay.
5.
Listen, listen. Hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on. Let's not get ahead of ourselves, all right? In context here, let's exclude our feelings of season five for a
Oh,
sec.
not no consideration of season 5?
Yeah. Sorry,
Oh,
I
okay.
should have said that in it. Yeah.
No consideration? I'll put him at 7. I don't
Okay.
yeah.
Okay. 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 Okay.
He's not a bad character by any means. He
Mhm.
just, he's a bit singular in the sense that he doesn't do much other than mildly explain what's going on with the upside down, and he feels feelings and, like, senses and stuff like that. So yeah, I'll put him at 7. No heat.
All right. No, no, that's fair. That's fair. Next one is Max.
3.
Again, we're excluding season five. Okay, three? All right.
Yeah.
All right. All right. Next one is Mr. Clark.
The teacher?
Mm-hmm. Bet you didn't see that coming.
You can stick him at 9. Yeah, no, I did not see that coming. Again, he's cool. He's cool.
So you're
Uh, I
so you're happy with this ranking so far?
I would just honestly switch Dustin and
Don't
Lucas.
say, don't say, don't say. We'll
Okay.
wait till the end.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. Next one is don't do it. If you put him last place, that's a problem.
But it's a blind ranking. I have to think
All
strategically.
right, all right.
Well, I will put him at 10. Only because of the way that this is looking right now.
Okay, okay,
Yeah.
okay. All right. And we have two more. Steve.
Put him at 2. Not that I have a lot of options, but
Steve, put him at two. And you have no choice but to put this person at number one, Jonathan. Oh, I
this
got
is
you good. You
interesting.
failed.
This is
I
interesting.
got
How do you
you.
know I failed?
Because I know damn well that you wouldn't put Jonathan that high.
I would have put him in the top 5.
Eh.
Yeah.
All right. Oh, whatever. I misspelled it. It's fine. All right. All right. So how would you change it now?
I don't hate Mike that much.
hmm
I would probably shift Mike to 6. Or I think if I were to re-rank this, I would go Max, Steve, Lucas, Dustin, Jonathan, Mike, Murray, Clark. Did I miss anyone? Yeah, that's how I would do it.
Okay. 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 Well, that was fun. All right, let me
Jonathan being first is so funny.
I know, I know, I know. I had it all planned. I knew you were gonna Make it funny. All right. Now, here's another challenge question I have for you before we get into the meat and potatoes.
Wait, what how would you rank those 10?
Oh, okay. Well, let me just see here real quick. I think I would go with looking at it right now. Uh I'll put Dustin at number one.
Oh,
Um yeah, I think out of all these, he's my favorite one. And again, that's me excluding season five. So Dustin's at number one. Then I'll put Steve at number two. Then I'll put Lucas at number three. Then I'll put Mike at number four. I'll put Will. Actually, no, I'll put Murray number five. Then Will. Then Max. Then Bob. Then Mr. Clark. I don't dislike any of these characters, but that's just how I'd rank it. Yeah.
okay, fair.
Yeah. All right. Now here's a challenge question I have for you. Would you rather go up against three Demodogs or one Demogorgon?
With no powers, just as me as myself?
Well, you are a regular human being. I mean, you can have weapons and whatever, but you have no powers. Three Demodogs or one Demogorgon?
I think
Not
one Demogorgon.
really. Okay.
I feel like I mean,
Without
they're all
powers?
lethal.
That's true.
So I think it's easier to outsmart one thing than three things. Because they all have the power to kill me, I mean.
True. But you got to think like, who do you think would be harder to beat? I think a Demogorgon would be harder to beat, but I think three Demodogs would probably equate to the same strength as one Demogorgon. Because I think a Demodog is weaker.
A Demogorgon, but it'll kill me.
It
It's not
it would, but
I don't think it would be easier to defend myself. Actually, maybe, but not that. It wouldn't be that much harder to um defend yourself against a Demodog than a
mm,
Demogorgon. So I think if you're stealthy enough, maybe one Demogorgon is easier to survive. Or I'll go all Karen Wheeler on him. But again, we're no, I
eh,
mean Karen barely survived.
that's what I'm saying. Yeah,
Yeah.
and I think if it was a Demogorgon, I feel like a Demodog would be easier because if they're just like dogs but evil, you could like throw a stick at them and then run away. But with a Demogorgon, I don't think you can trick them like that. Or I don't know, give them a treat or something. Be like, your boy, go fetch.
Did you not watch the same show that I was watching? I don't think
To be
they're
fair though,
that gullible.
you did rewatch the whole show and I didn't, so I probably don't remember that much about the
You
Demodogs.
know, it was Demodogs that killed Bob. They're
That
not
is true.
gullible like that, like
That
real
is
dogs.
true. That
They're
is
just
true.
smaller, yeah.
Yeah. I think I messed up on that. But okay, cool. All right. Now we can talk about season five.
Okay.
Man, we waited 3 years for season five to come out. Was it
Anticipation?
worth the go ahead? Sorry.
You know, I was gonna say the anticipation was wild. It was, I mean, they delivered, so
Yeah, I mean, I think it was worth the wait.
yeah. No,
I
I
think
do
that
think it was worth, I mean, it was
oh yeah.
really long, but
Mm-hmm.
I appreciate that they took their time to make it as good as it is.
Yep, absolutely. And Netflix crashed two different times, according to reports. Luckily, we didn't have that issue because we were
We
up
did not
till
have that issue. I would have
1:30 in the
torn my
morning.
hair out if, yeah, that would have been terrible. No, I'm glad that did
Yeah.
not happen.
Yeah, thank God. Thank
Yeah.
God for that. But yeah, I do think I got what I wanted from the first four episodes. Still a lot of unanswered questions, but I think we got some of those answers. Um, so from episode one, we start with a flashback to Will when he was stuck in the upside down. Different actor. I guess they didn't have the budget to de-age him because that probably would have been expensive. But also, Will Noah Schnapp has grown up so much that I think it would be difficult for them to you
I
know,
mean,
digitally
how
de-age him.
can they de-age him though? He's tall. He's very tall.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I think if he was the same height but just looked older, it would have been possible. Because I've seen it happen in
Yeah,
movies.
no,
It's
they
just
definitely, just
not.
like they did with Millie Bobby Brown in season 4, they need a different actor, actress.
Yeah, for
Because
sure.
they're supposed to be half their size, basically, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
CGI, I mean, there were moments I feel like with Millie Bobby Brown, like 90% of it was like I could have sworn that was Millie Bobby Brown.
Mm,
This one, not so much in terms of how, or maybe we're just hyper aware of it because of what they did in season 4. But
right.
yeah, it wasn't that great. But my take on those first 5 minutes, which actually um made sense to me at the end of season 4, was I was like, this is super unrealistic. Like I really was like, Will has never been that brave from all the footage, like from
I agree.
all the released episodes so far. So I
Right.
was like, why are they trying to deceive us? Like,
Yeah.
why are they making him seem like such a confident fighter in the
Right.
upside down at that age, for that matter?
Right. A
But
12-year-old
once we saw
boy.
the end,
uh,
I was like, okay, I think that is it comes around in that way, or maybe I'm just making the connection for my own sake. But but it could be the Duffers also saying like, okay, there is they're actively trying to make the point that Will has more in him than we think.
Maybe. Maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What did you think
Because
about the
I
first five
definitely thought
minutes?
it was weird that he was able to like because he's only 12 years old. Like I didn't expect him to be,
Yeah.
that confident to see what's happening, like him climbing up the tree, falling down, and then we see Vecna putting a tube in his mouth, and we were wondering, okay, what does that mean? What is he doing? Which we will get into later on.
Mm-hmm.
But after that, we see a time jump, and I can't remember how far the time jump was from the end of season 4 to the beginning of season 5. Like, was it a year? Maybe?
Possibly. Yeah.
Yeah.
At least a year
I
because
will
yeah.
I will say that time jump did bother me a bit because I would have liked to see more of them, not just the main characters, but the whole Hawkins town react to the upside down coming to their world and how the military was able to, I guess, contain it or not make it spread as much. I mean, I know they explained it, and Robin explained it in her radio show, but I would have liked to see that and then give us a time jump.
I
But
feel that. There was
yeah,
a very small glimpse of it at the end of season 4 where you see like lines and like lanes of cars leaving Hawkins and people packing up and leaving.
mhm,
But I understand your point. And I
right.
also was thinking to myself, I wonder why like Karen and like the Wheelers stayed. Like I know why the buyers stayed because Joyce is fully read into everything that's going on. But Karen and Ted Wheeler, I wonder why they didn't just leave. Because they don't understand. I mean, they don't
Mhm.
know about the monsters and stuff like that. So I wonder why they didn't just dip.
Or maybe, no, I feel you. And same thing with Lucas and his family. Why didn't they move? Maybe the parents don't really know the magnitude of it. Only the kids do. So maybe because the military took care of it, they were like, okay, it's safe now for us to live there. Because if the military weren't able to, then they would have moved out. And again, the parents, they don't know about the upside down. They don't know the danger of it. It's only the kids and um Joyce and Hopper as far
Hmm.
as them adults. So I think that's probably why, but that is a fair point.
Mm.
Um so yeah, speaking of that time jump, Robin has her own radio show. She's keeping us updated with what's happening. And Elle, they're treating Elle like a superhero now. She's training. She's Her powers have developed. She's doing parkour. She's taking it very seriously.
I love it. I'm obsessed with it. I think season 5, the theme is like everybody's reaching their full potential. And I think Elle is very effectively doing that. I love how in the beginning she was so focused. One thing about Elle, she's focused. Um, or she's very single-minded, which that's also kind of how she was raised, unfortunately. But I think it's gonna do her some good here in this war that started.
Yeah.
I love her dedication. I hate how I know Hopper loves Elle, but I hate how his method of keeping her safe is lying. Like, I think he needs to do better. I
Yeah.
know, yeah, he needs to do better. But
Mhm.
I'm loving this new era for Elle. Do you think she's gonna be a little jealous now that Will has his
Let's
powers?
not get there yet. We're gonna get there.
It's okay. It's just a thought. What do you think?
Okay, I'll answer your question. Fine, fine. Will she get jealous? Hmm. Here's the thing. Yes and no. And I want to save that answer for later because I have a theory on
Okay.
it.
Okay.
So, and but her being a superhero, your remarks on that, I 100% agree. And I do think Hopper is being a little much with him being overprotective and him lying. I do think that was one of my gripes with the show. And like, and I get it. He's being a father and everything, but at some point, you got to be able to trust her, especially when they were both in the upside down together. Like, clearly, she's able to defend herself way better than you are. Yes, you are a grown up. Yes, you have a gun, but you're still a human being at the end of the day, Hopper. Like, you got to be able to trust her. Elle has grown so much. She's now able to articulate herself so much better.
Mhm.
I'm not gonna lie, it's a little weird. I'm used to Elle just saying a few words and short sentences, but now she can talk like a regular person. It's crazy.
Mhm. Mhm.
It's a little weird, but I'm proud of her anyways. So outside of them, Dustin. Now, I understand what Dustin is going through. It's kind of similar to how Max was in the beginning of season 4. She was being bitter. She was being distant because she was going through depression over the loss of her brother, similar to how Dustin is going through depression and still grieving
Mhm.
over the loss of Eddie. Because he was pretty close to Eddie. He kind of looked up to Eddie. And now everyone in school, well, not everyone, mostly the jocks are perceiving the Hellfire Club as this satanic cult that was responsible for Chrissy and other students' death. While I understand that, I do think Dustin was being kind of a dick to his friend. Sorry, he was being a dick to his friends and he was being a dick to Steve. What did
Yeah,
Steve
I
do to
I do
you?
not accept his attitude, his behavior towards Steve. I do not
Right,
accept it.
right.
And it
Like
used to be
Steve,
kind of joke, like it was kind of funny last season.
yeah,
I don't
yeah.
find it funny anymore. I don't find it funny
No,
anymore. And um but towards his friends, I think he's of course he's grieving. Like
right. Like I
I remember there
understand
was
it, but
this
it's like,
this line
dog.
that stayed with me where he was like, oh, actually, this was from an interview. It wasn't from the show.
Mhm.
But his name's Gaten, right? Yeah, Gaten said, you know, his relationship with Steve is important to him in the sense that he definitely helps him gain confidence and
Mhm.
move in confidence. But what Eddie did was different in the sense that he taught him you can be confident and you can thrive as yourself without changing. And
Right.
I think Steve's perception is like, you got to be cool, you got to be popular, and everything's going to be fine. And sure, we all need a little bit of that in our life. But Eddie's perspective was different. I think he held a different place in his heart where he was like, actually, screw that. You can thrive just the way you are. And I feel like I feel like for Max, it was more guilt, like a guilt kind of depression. And for Dustin, it's more of an injustice because he died a hero. Everybody thinks he's a loser. Um, he thinks that he wants to continue his legacy. Even his hairstyle. Did you notice his hairstyle is exactly like Eddie's hairstyle
Yeah,
now?
yeah, 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 yeah.
So I do feel bad for him. The way he's treating his friends, I'm okay with. Like it's really unfortunate, but I think he just needs to get through it.
Mhm.
But the way he's treating Steve, I'm taking personally. Like it's really it is angering me. It's
No, because him and Steve have such a they had such great chemistry together that now it's deteriorating. And I
yeah,
didn't like that. And I hope it gets resolved in volume 2 and 3, hopefully. But that's what I'm saying. Like I think after episode 2, when Dustin got beaten by a bunch of by a bunch of jocks, I think that was kind of his redemption in a way into being like, okay, guys, I'm here to help. What do we need? He was still being a dick to Steve, but I think he got a little better overall
yeah. I think he did get better.
in the
I
second half
think
of volume. Yeah.
I, you know, I'm so obviously, in every season there are certain groups of actors that spend most of the season together. Like they usually separate because it's a big
Mhm.
cast.
Right.
I feel like the group that now penetrated the upside down, like being Dustin, Nancy, Jonathan, Steve, so much tension and then within that group. And I think I'm sure it was an intentional grouping,
Hmm.
but I would not want to be there with them. Like Dustin is going through his own stuff and hating on Steve. Um, Nancy is blaming herself for her parents getting hurt. Plus, they're looking for her sister. Jonathan is trying to prove that he's better than Steve. Wait, I have a question. Do you think Steve is actively trying to win over Nancy, or do you think he's like you said, just being like a good friend? What do
I
you
think he's
think?
doing. I think he's doing both
Okay.
because he did two different actions. One, going up the water tower, that was competing. But
Yes.
second, him thinking it's a good idea for them to go see her at the hospital due to her parents' death. So I think he's doing both. I think he still wants to compete while at the same time being a good friend. But okay, this is another thing to go back to what you said. This is
Okay.
the reason why I think Nancy shouldn't be with neither of them because they're both still fighting over her love. Like, just let it go.
If the Jonathan proposing is the
I
dumbest.
agree. I agree.
I mean, he
This
hasn't
is
proposed for the record. He has not proposed yet, but
right, right.
this is
He's thinking about it.
ridiculous. Like I actually had this conversation with a friend last week, so it's so timely, but like throwing a ring in the mix when there are relationship problems, bad idea. Trying for a baby, for example, when there are relationship problems, bad idea. Like there are a lot of different obvious things that people perceive as relationship patches, which are really not. And I feel like the Duffers did Jonathan dirty throughout the season. Like, okay,
Yeah,
season
I
one,
agree.
he was a creep. Yes. He loved his family. He worked really well with Nancy. He kept his distance. He did not try to disrespect his relationship with Nancy and Steve. Again, I don't want like we talked about Star Cousin. He was creepy. He was taking pictures of them. Yes. Yes. Yeah.
He was a
Like,
good brother to
yes.
Will. That's
He's a
another
good
good
brother to Will.
factor.
He's a good son to Joyce. Season two, he was super respectful. Like, he did everything he possibly could to help his brother, to support Nancy in dealing with the whole Barb thing. In season three, he was a great boyfriend. Like, he put his career or his internship on the line so many times just to please Nancy. Like, he was doing great. And then season four, of course, he was going through it. He started his drug journey,
He was a
and
pothead. Yeah.
yeah, but he was started making irrational decisions for the first time where I feel like the way they built up Jonathan, I expect him to have to be honest with Nancy, not to play with her, like this slow burn breakup. And I did not expect that from a character like Jonathan.
Hmm.
That's something I would expect from Steve, to be honest. And so
Okay.
I feel like that one up he always had over Steve, which is like the moral high ground, the logic, the kindness, he threw it out the window. So now I don't even see what Jonathan has, honestly. And
Hmm.
now he's trying to propose and he's like you said participating in the competition thing. I'm like, honestly, what is the point of Jonathan anymore? I feel like
I
they
can't
messed up.
disagree. So yeah, I can't disagree with you on that because what you said was true. I mean, like not only it's just it's just bad timing. Like, is Jonathan not reading the room? There is so much shit happening in season five. People are dying, people are getting hurt, and you're thinking of proposing. Why not wait until they're done with Vecna? Or maybe that's what he's trying to do. I don't think that, okay, I don't, he probably won't try to propose until the final episode. If he
He
proposes
better
in
not.
volume two, I'm like, dog, come,
He better not.
right.
But
And they
yeah,
and they just witnessed uh going back to the final thing of episode four. We're gonna wait for that.
okay.
But okay, yes. Now another thing is um we get introduced to, well, not really introduced because we have seen her in previous seasons, but Holly. Now Holly has become part of one of the main cast members, right?
Yeah. Yeah,
And
let's talk about the children. Let's talk about the children.
yeah, the children,
Yeah.
the children. So I think I am finding it a little hard for me to connect with Holly because she's only been in small cameos from seasons one to four, and now they're bringing her as like somebody who's playing a vital role in this season. That is kind of like, okay, this is going to take some time for me to emotionally connect with her because once she got once she got manipulated by Mr. Watson, I'm like, okay, I didn't, it was interesting, but her being trapped in that world, I didn't care as much because I didn't spend enough time with her. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Yeah. Like I cared more about Max being lost because we've been around with Max. We've spent a lot of time with her. But
Yeah.
now they're bringing Holly in here and it's kind of like, okay, well, where were you the last few seasons?
Yeah,
But I
for
guess
me,
now they're making her important.
it's not that I particularly care about her, but I'm more like intrigued by why her, what is her role and stuff like that. But in terms of like if she dies, I would be sad for the Wheeler family because
Of
like you said,
course.
we
Of
haven't spent
course.
that much time with her. Um, but I Okay, so my first question is not a particularly long question, but you know how in season one, Holly did see the wall moving
Oh,
when
with the
Joyce was
hands
still
coming
fiddling
out?
with the lights? Yeah.
Yeah. I remember that.
D- Do you think that's one of the reasons why she's connected in season five, or do you think that it was just part of because some people are saying like she was marked. I don't think she was marked because I mean there are also like 12 other children or 11 other
Yeah.
children.
I think that's just something that any other person could see. I don't think it's
Yeah,
like a
okay.
Mr. What's It thing where only specific type of people can see things that others can't.
I
Yeah.
agree. I agree.
So that's my answer to that.
Yeah.
But yeah, her being especially her being connected to Will, I thought was pretty interesting because we saw him in the woods. He's looking up in the sky and it's spinning. And we're like, okay, well, what's going on? Will is having his, reactionary moments again, like he did the last
Mhm.
couple of seasons. But this time it's not behind the neck, it's other factors. And then we find out that Holly was, what's that thing called in the playground where you're standing on something and you spin?
Yeah, the spinning, I don't know
Yeah,
what it's
that thing.
called.
So
Yeah.
now, then we saw the connection. And remember, episode two, it didn't tell us who vanished. It just said the vanishing of blank. But after episode one ended, we pinpointed, okay, it's Holly. And it was
Mhm.
Holly. Now, when we, so, oh, also what happened at the end of episode one, and I think it was when Karen and Ted got attacked by the Demogorgon. I think that
That
happened at the
scene,
end. Yeah. Yeah. Here's the thing. I
trust,
loved that scene, but it ties into one of my main issues with season five so far. And I'm going to tell you what it is.
tell
It's
me.
that it's starting to feel a bit inconsequential. And what I mean by that is it feels like with volume one, they seem hesitant to kill a main character member. Maybe they're saving that for volume two and three, but how do you survive that attack? I get that you want to keep Karen alive because if it wasn't for Karen, then
We
Nancy and
wouldn't
Mike
know
wouldn't
about,
know that Mr.
yeah.
What's It is Henry, but they could have killed off Ted. They could
Maybe
have.
he's dead. We don't know that.
Wait, we didn't see him in the hospital.
We didn't. We know he's in
But
an
they didn't
induced
say he died.
coma.
I
He's in
don't
an
remember them
induced.
saying.
Yeah, he's in an
Okay.
induced coma. Maybe he won't wake up. Who knows? I don't know.
Maybe, maybe. But you get my point though.
He's
Like,
probably gonna die. And I only say that because I think it would really change Nancy because she would blame herself.
mhm.
And I kind of see that for the plot. But who knows? If
I
Karen died,
right, right. But that's what I mean. Like if
no.
Karen didn't have any specific like important information to give, to say that not say that her character is a whatever character, it's not, but if she didn't have anything important for Nancy and Mike at that point, if I was the writer, I would say kill them off because you
No,
it's gotta happen, Mary. This is the final
because
season.
because Nancy and Mike would be paralyzed. They would not be able to do everything. They
I
would not
feel
be
you.
do
Okay, go ahead.
it
Sorry.
would be too soon. They would not be willing to do the things that they're doing right now.
You don't think that would motivate them more to get it done, whatever their
In no
plan
way.
is? But we've seen that happen with movies and shows. When somebody's already planning to do something to prevent more deaths, and if someone close to you dies, that motivates you to focus harder and stronger
But
to
not
reach
if
your
it's
end
your
goal.
fault. Not if it's your fault. If it's your
Mhm.
fault, the guilt will eat you up. But who knows? I mean, we
Right,
can't
right.
know if I'm right or if you're right in this sense.
You're right.
We
You're right.
can't
You're right.
know.
Well, right.
Yeah.
Not only with Karen and Ted, but okay. I know. I'm jumping a little bit, but this goes to my point. Hopper,
Mm,
as Hopper was preparing to sacrifice himself in the Hawkins lab,
yeah.
they were playing with our emotions. Like, okay,
Yeah.
if someone's gonna do something, do it. You know what I mean? Not that I want Hopper to die, but stop playing with our emotions.
No.
Either let it
Hold.
happen or don't let it
Hold.
happen.
Hold. That Hopper was gonna kill him. It was clear. Hopper was gonna kill himself or blow himself up if Vecna was in there. That was clear. But it wasn't her. I mean, it wasn't Vecna, so he didn't
Right.
blow himself up. That was clear. And
True.
if it was Vecna and he didn't blow himself up, then they're playing games. But why would he blow himself up for AIDS?
I
He
get
doesn't
you,
even know AIDS.
but the way
He
he
literally
said
doesn't know.
I get you, but the way he said goodbye to Elle, it made it seem like it was his final goodbye. He said goodbye, Jay. That was
Yeah.
like,
Oh,
okay,
that was. I was like, he used her government name.
that's what I'm saying. They used her government name. It's like, okay,
He
you're really
thought it
about
was
to go.
Vecna because he thought it was Vecna.
I guess.
Which
I guess. I guess.
I haven't. One of on my notes, Manos. One of the things that I thought about. I mean, obviously, in the final scene, Vecna comes and the military can see Vecna, obviously,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But I was wondering, before that final scene, like as you know, when they were rounding up all the children from the ages of 9 to 11, because they knew that Elle was, or they thought Elle wanted them. Because of the pattern, like remember when Holly went missing, they have pictures of Elle being in the Wheeler house. And they also know that there were three more children missing. And so Dr. K was like, okay, Elle is rounding up these children. If we bring them here, Elle will come here, right?
Right. Right.
So that led me to ask, what do Dr. K and whatever Sullivan and all those military people even know about Vecna? Did they even know that he existed?
I
That
don't
he
know.
exists?
I don't know. I don't
I
know.
don't know either.
But
And I'm
but
like,
but but this what you just said there. Okay, so I hear what you're saying. I have two big theories. One of them involves Dr. K and her potential connection to Vecna, and I'm gonna save that. I'll just
tell
talk about it now.
me. I
I'll
want to
just talk about it now.
know. Yeah.
Since we brought up eight, her name is Callie, right? Callie.
I think so.
The Yeah, Callie. So here's the thing. So we don't know what their purpose is, what they're trying to do with Callie, because that was a big surprise. And and this is Dr. K's first introduction. We haven't seen her before. I do think she might be related to Papa because they look alike. They both have the same hairdo. Maybe they're twins. I don't know. But she knows a lot about Elle. And even Elle said, I know who you are, which is like, how does Elle know? Maybe Papa told her. Maybe there's going to be
Or
a
be
flat.
but no, I think I this is not definitive. She might have known her before, or she knows her because she was rooting in that soldier's mind. And maybe she knows her because of what the soldier knows about her. That it could be from the
Oh,
past as well.
you're right. You're right.
And
No,
we know
that's a good catch.
to add quickly to add what you said, we know that obviously Papa knows about Henry and Vecna,
Oh yeah. Yeah.
but I don't know if Dr. K knows. But continue your theory.
Right. Okay. So going back to Kel, big surprise. Didn't think we would see her since season two. And okay, you were right. We were gonna see her again. I didn't think we would. I'll give you credit for that. Do you remember what Callie's powers are? Because I had to remember this. What are her
Yeah,
powers? She can manipulate people's visions,
perception.
make them see things. Okay. And what is the main thread line of the season five story? Certain kids can see Mr. What's It, but nobody else can. So, what if Vecna is using Dr. K or the military or the government or whatever to use Callie to do the Mr. What's It trick on those kids? What if that's what they're doing in the lab? Think about it. Think about it. I think that's a cool theory.
It's 100% not true. Let me tell you why. It's not true because we know that's Vecna and Vecna alone. Because that's how Will was able to see and understand how the kids were being taken. It's because Vecna always stalks his prey before he takes them. That's how Will was able to see through Derek's eyes, through Holly's eyes, and that's how he was able to pinpoint what kids were being taken. It's 100% Vecna. Vecna also, we know he can play with your mind. He played with Max's mind. He played with Chrissy's mind. So
True,
we know
true.
Vecna can do that all by himself. And
I
we know
hear,
that he did it
yeah,
because he was stalking them, and that's how Will was able to see. So I don't think that's true.
that's the only, I don't know, I guess in my mind, that was the only reason why I could think that's the only like valid
Reason for
reason
having
why they're
Cal.
using Callie. That's what I was thinking.
We
Because
don't
what if
know.
Dr. K is just as evil as Vecna? I don't know.
It's
We don't know
possible.
much about Dr. K.
And we don't know if they're even using her because I mean she looks like a prisoner. So I don't know if she's working in cahoots with them.
Hmm.
I mean, it is a mystery. It's a mystery, and I appreciate your attempt at making sense of it, but I don't think that's it.
Okay, okay. It was
Yeah,
worth the shot. It was worth the
yeah,
shot. But and also another point about Callie before we move on.
for sure.
So I I do want her to be like to have like a good enough presence in the show that would fit the story, but I don't want her to take up too much of the screen time for the other main characters. I hope they don't overuse her, is all I'm saying. Like she could be a side character and that's fine.
What if she's important?
You want her to have more screen time than the other main characters that we were with? That's my
If
point.
she's important, I mean, look, here's another thing. It's a good point, Minas, because the screen time for the OG characters is getting shorter every season
That's what I don't. That's another issue I
because
have with the show. Yeah.
I'm with you. I'm with you
Yeah. Yeah.
because the cast is growing,
True.
and so it is a valid issue. But if she needs to have more screen time, I want them to use it. But we get like on the season, we have very few lines from Lucas, which I don't like because I like Lucas, but
Yeah.
also there's a lot going on. So I think it's part of the flaw of a growing cast.
I guess.
or the
I guess.
disadvantage. Yeah.
I guess. Maybe they shouldn't grow it so much. Maybe that's the
Yeah,
problem.
it's pretty grown. It's pretty grown.
Right, right. Because not only do we have Holly, we also have Derek, another
Yeah.
part. Now let's talk about Derek. Going from dipshit Derek to
Okay.
delightful Derek. I will say this. He's a funny, likable asshole. I think that's the best way I can describe him. He's entertaining, but he's also someone who you just want to like kind of strangle. You know what I mean? Like at the whole, when Erica, by the way, shout out to Erica, when she came back and brought the pie, and when the parents passed out, he was laughing. You laugh when your parents pass out.
He's mentally not
No,
good. He's
no, something's
not
wrong with him. He's so
just
funny though. Something is
he's
wrong with him.
hilarious.
He
Yeah.
kind of redeemed himself by going to Delightful Derek because he became useful, helping those
Yeah.
kids escape through the tunnels. Him
Yeah.
taking a big ruler and going, "You're out, you're out, you're out."
That was
That was so
hilarious.
funny.
He's funny. He's very
He is,
funny.
yeah, he is. He
Um,
is
no, I'm glad he's part of the cast. Yeah, he's
for
funny.
sure, for sure. He's funny.
Um, I want to talk about the
Mm,
children in general.
yes,
And if you have any theories or any thoughts on what is why he's he taking children? What is it for? Before Derek was doing his whole operation, like before the bulk of the kids were taken, we saw that Holly was alone in the prison, in the house, in the Creel house.
yes,
And then Max was there, and then she lured her out and all that kind of stuff. But we know that at that point, there are four children taken.
yes.
So where are
Once
the
we get to
other
that scene.
three?
Wait, but isn't it 12 kids altogether?
Yeah, there are 12 slots,
Right. And one of them includes Will, so it's 11 other kids, excluding him. Yeah.
and Holly's one of them. So, okay, so before we get into all the details about the children, I have a thought. Or it's a question, really. So we know that there are four children that are before all the children that were taken from the military, the Mac Z, there are four kids, one of them being Holly, right?
So it's Holly, Derek, and the
No,
other
b
two.
before Derek and stuff.
Oh, it was four kids before that.
Yeah, like when, do you remember what, like before
Huh.
when they were in that farm and
Yeah.
after they pied them and they took the Turnbow family?
Uh-huh.
Before they even did the whole Home Alone style thing at the Turnbow house. Before that, Will saw in his vision. Remember, he painted the red thing, the red
Yes, yes,
stuff on the wall.
it was on the wall. Yep.
Will saw that there are four children,
Oh, I
one of
must
them
have
being
missed that.
Holly.
Okay.
So, and Holly is in Victor's head in this prison that Max is calling a prison, and
Yeah.
she's having a good time. And Henry told her, like, Derek and the others are coming, right?
Uh-huh.
So we know there are more children coming, and they did go at the end. They went to the Upside Down.
Yeah.
My question is, where are those other three children within Vecna's mind?
A good question.
Or are they not even being entertained? Are they just chilling in the thing with the tube in their mouth? If that's the case,
It could be either
there
or.
must be something special about Holly. Because why is he trying to manipulate her, but not the other three?
Okay, so that must have slipped my mind because I forgot that that he mentioned that there were three other kids, and they're not identifiable, right? Like they didn't show us who they were. He just said
See,
there were three others.
I know we know one is Holly.
Right, right.
One
I'm
of
saying
them
excluding Holly.
to me looks like Will as a kid. To me, because they showed his face twice, and it looks like his red and yellow puffer jackets from season one. It doesn't. I can't explain it. It doesn't make sense.
Couldn't have been Will because Will was captured way before the other kids were.
Yeah, but it looks like him. I don't know. Maybe it's not him. Maybe it's not him.
Mm,
But
wow. I need
we
to
know
go
that
back and
there are others. We know that there are others. Where
right.
are they at? Are they in their own prison? But if they're in their own prison, why was Max able to go to find Holly?
So
Anyways,
maybe they're
it's
not
just a
there,
thought.
that means. Yeah, yeah.
Maybe they're somewhere else, or maybe they're nowhere.
I need to go
But they're probably in the upside down. They are. We know they're in the upside down. Will saw them in the upside
right.
down.
Maybe there's somewhere within that big wall that we saw where the one where Elle and Hopper couldn't penetrate.
Yeah,
Maybe there's somewhere in there. But I need to go back and rewatch that scene because I couldn't I'm glad you brought that up because I couldn't
yeah,
remember that. But okay.
yeah.
So about the kids, right? So when we saw them at the military base and they were helping, get those kids out of there because clearly the military isn't going to protect, and then we see the demogorgons come and attack, which by the way, pretty badass move for demogorgons to be able to open a portal to just about anywhere because we've never seen it.
So
That's
scary.
unprecedented. That was
Unprecedented.
crazy.
Yeah.
Crazy. And then we see Vecna's appearance.
Yes.
Not only and he's probably more powerful now than last season, but he's also thicker. Like we do see him now. He's pretty thick now, which is crazy. And yeah, and then we see him confront Will, and then he gives us a reason why he kidnapped him and other 12-year-old kids, but I don't know. I'm paraphrasing, but he did say because they're
Yes.
weak-minded, they're vulnerable. Do you think there's more than just that reason, or do you think that's the only reason why he's targeting? Do you think there's more?
Yeah. It's a great question. I, in terms, Holly, I don't know. Maybe there's something special about Holly, to be honest. I'm not
Mm,
sure.
mm.
The rest of them, it could be because of weak. Maybe he's being serious. Maybe it is just because they're weak. I don't know. I hope there's more. I don't know what it is.
Right.
Yeah.
And another thing,
Okay.
we talked about, and after that, we see the climax of Volume 1, and our jaws
Hashtag
drop
golden.
to the floor. Will was aura farming like a motherfucker. Not only was he aura farming, he killed 3 demogorgons from 3 different locations at the same time. The same way Vecna killed those kids in season 4 with their limbs, you know, broken up into pieces. But that was insane. And you told me, you asked both me and Sarah when we were watching this, how did Will get his powers? You thought it was because he had it even before he was abducted. I'm like, no, that's not true. This is how I think he got his
Okay.
powers.
Okay. I
And this is
also
my
want to
theory.
say,
Right.
actually, no, go first. Go first.
Right. This is what I think it is. I think Will got his powers from being imprisoned in the upside down and him just in whatever that tube that was put in his mouth. I think him being in that, I guess, quote unquote cocoon for so
Mm-hmm.
long, I think that's what helped him got his powers. And I think that's what Vecna is trying to do to these other kids. I think he's giving all of them the same powers that Will has right now to create an army of his own. Because, and I wish I sent you this clip, but there's this interview where this reporter was asking Noah Schnapp and Millie Bobby Brown who they think the most misunderstood villain is from the show. And Noah brought up Vecna. And Millie Bobby Brown turned to him and was like, no. That indicates that Will might have spread a spoiler. If if what Noah's saying is true and Vecna is a misunderstood villain, then maybe the real villain is the Mind Flayer, and maybe Vecna is creating these army of children to help him stop the Mind. That's my big theory. What do you think about?
Where do I begin?
I think
Um,
that's what's happening. Because think about it. Why did Vecna not kill Will at the end? He probably
I
knows
don't
that his powers are
think
developed.
Okay, let's start with the will thing. So will,
Right.
I take back what I said, and I said that I can't make a determination or make a solid guess regarding how Will got his powers until I understand how Vecna got his powers. And I don't know how Vecna got his powers yet.
Yeah, we don't know that yet.
But it is fully revealed in the play, by the way. But I'm actively trying to
I'm
not
trying to avoid it too.
understand. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Uh, To your point about Vecna being misunderstood, again, we can't say he's misunderstood because he's not the real villain until we know Vecna's background. Once we know Vecna's background, we can say we can understand him, and then we can decide. But I think they're saying he's misunderstood because we don't know his past yet, because of all the things that were revealed in the play. If we don't understand his past, maybe he wasn't born evil or whatever, like they perceived Henry to be in season four. In season four, when Henry was doing his monologue, he was like, I was born, I decided that humans suck and that y'all don't deserve to be here and spiders are better, basically. And so that made us think that, oh, he was out of the womb, he's evil. I don't think that's true. And I think that's why possibly um Noah said he's misunderstood. Number one. Number two, I have not felt any indication of Henry and the Mind Flayer not being on the same page. So I am hesitant to say that he's trying to destroy the Mind Flayer. Again, according to what was said in season four, which now seems to not be true anymore, or it seems to be only part of the story,
Which is what?
he seemed really in sync with the Mind Flayer. So I'm hesitant to agree with you there. In terms of what he's doing with the children, that I have a theory. I mean, and yeah, my theory is, or maybe it's not a theory, it's just based on what has been said. I'm just piecing it together. I think that, so I'm looking at my notes here. Okay, this idea of a wormhole. Whatever Mr. Clark, the middle school or high school teacher, talks about always comes into play in the real thing, right? And so when Erica was in class, Mr. Clark was teaching them what wormholes are. They're theoretical, like it always is, until it's real in the upside down. And how it's space and matter within the wormhole to transport elsewhere
Hmm.
without any loss of whatever mass or whatever he said. So if that's what a wormhole is, and obviously, like when you see the paintings that Will was drawing, it looks like a wormhole, and there are 12 slots for 12 children. I think, and Vecna said, and I quote, he's choosing them to share the new world or reshare the world or something like that. So I don't quote, but he says something like that.
Reshared the new world. Okay.
So I'm thinking he's collecting these weak-minded children. Then he said, children are weak and they're easy to manipulate and stuff like that. So I think, and easy to control. So I think he's collecting them to take them somewhere else. So I think what Vecna's trying to do is essentially destroy Hawkins and the world as we know it, start fresh, maybe with the Mind Flayer, or without, probably with the Mind Flayer, and have those children. Maybe he's going to give them all powers or something like that, and they're all going to start like fresh. So I think it's like a mode of transportation because that's what Mr. Clark said about wormholes.
Wow, that's a pretty cool, interesting theory. Okay, okay. So basically, our theories are different as far as what Vecna's purpose is with the kids.
Yes, it is
Okay.
different. And you're the one that gave me the idea that maybe he's giving them powers. That didn't cross my mind until you said that to me a
Yeah,
couple of
yeah,
days
yeah, yeah.
ago.
No, I do.
So I
So
it there.
because if in volume two we see obviously the other kids that got kidnapped in volume one, if we see them at the same state that Will was when he got
Yeah.
abducted, that would make me think, okay, that's how they're gonna get their powers. And it's gonna be all 12 of them together. But I could have sworn Dustin said in season 4 that Vecna's the 5-star general that's working for the Mind Flayer. Like the Mind
Yeah,
Flayer's here,
in the
Vecna's here.
sense that
No, no, okay, yeah, in sync. But what if well, no, I'm not gonna say that because I was gonna say, what if Vecna's the one that wants the power and is taking the Mind Flayer down by work by with him and his army, they're trying to take down the they're going to take down the Mind Flayer so that way he can be the king of the Upside Down. But that would contradict my theory on Vecna being misunderstood. Because if he's misunderstood, then he wouldn't be wanting to try to take power. You know what I mean? That would just make him more evil than he already is.
yeah, I
So
think again the
that
mis
contradicts my point. So I don't know. Maybe he is trying to take over. Maybe he does want to be the ruler of the Upside Down. But if look, maybe Noah and Millie were fucking with us and making us believe that it was a spoiler or it wasn't, because some actors do
he
that. But
probably
if
is
it's true,
misunderstood in the sense of how he became Henry, how he became evil. But it doesn't mean that he's secretly trying to take down the Mind Flayer. Why would it be secret? Or I don't know. It's possible.
it's
I
possible.
don't see it.
Possible.
Yeah.
There are still so many unanswered questions. Like
Yes.
we got some answers, but there's still a lot left. Now, circling back to your question, would 11 be jealous of Will right now? Because that is a very good question. Elle has worked so hard. She's trained hard. She was like, okay, I think I'm ready now. I can take down Vecna. I faced him once. I can face him again. But now that she sees Will, who's clearly more powerful and kind of has this at the same power level as Vecna, she might feel like, damn, all that hard work and training and all that parkour was probably for nothing. So to that aspect, I can see her being a little jealous, but also I don't think she will. That's why I said yes and no. The reason why I say no is because the difference between L and Will's powers is that I think Will's powers are only effective when he's connected to the hive mind. L can pick up a piece of paper or a pencil or pick up somebody and throw them around or whatever. But I think Will's powers only work when he's connected to the hive mind. If he steps away from the hive mind and is far away, I don't think he would be able to use his powers. So, even though Will might be more powerful than L, it's still at a limited it's still limited for him. Yeah. So, L
I'm
could
actually
use her powers
confused
anywhere
about,
she's at, but
yeah.
Will can't. Yeah.
I'm kind of confused about the hive mind thing.
What are you
Like,
confused about?
when is he connected and when is he not connected? Is he connected when he's physically close?
I think so. No, that's what I'm saying. If he steps away, if he escapes from Hawkins, the Demogorgons are here, Vecna's here, and he's all the way over
Mm,
there. I don't think he would be able to activate his powers. I think
mm.
he has to be physically near them. Again, just a
Okay.
theory. I don't
Okay.
know.
I see this I see. I see.
So this
Or
is the only theory I have that makes
potentially,
sense to you. The other
yeah.
theories you were like, no,
Maybe he unlocked something though, but I don't I can understand that though. I can
right.
understand that. So are we so we're saying that L's powers and Vecna's powers are not the same? Question mark.
I mean, they can both still move and
I think
uh,
it's the same.
you think L can
If
uh
she wanted to, I think she can do
but do
the
you, but do you think Elle can manipulate with people's visions? Because we haven't seen her do that. Hallie, her sister, can do that, but I don't know if Elle can.
Is it a matter of Elle not reaching her full potential, or is it that it's a different set of powers? And it could be that it's a different set of powers.
Maybe, maybe, maybe.
I don't know. You
Elle,
know what's weird
uh-huh.
is looking back to season 4, it seemed like all the kids had the same powers, the children.
Wait, what do you mean? We haven't seen them.
All the children in Papa's lab,
Oh, that. Okay, okay.
they had the same powers, but Callie does not have the same powers. But also she wasn't there. So maybe that's why. I mean,
Maybe, maybe. But also, sure, they may be similar in some aspects, but do you think Elle can take down multiple Demogorgons from different locations? She could take down a Demogorgon, but the way Will did it, I don't know.
I think she can. I don't think she's just gotten there yet.
Well, then there's no reason for Elle to be jealous then. If she has the potential to do those things,
Yeah, but she hasn't reached it. The fact that I think part of this great and very exciting shock of the end of season of episode 4 was like, to quote Sarah, it was like it was the control. Like it was his first time and he did it so well, like a professional. Like he's been doing it his whole life. Like you said, the different locations, the brutality of the killings. It seemed like he's been doing it for like he was a pro.
mhm,
And the fact that Elle has been doing this since birth might bother her. But
right.
if they're not the same set of powers, it might not. But if it is the same set, then it will.
I guess
But
we'll
I
see.
mean, if Elle can create a tear in space and time and send a person into the upside down, I'm pretty sure she can lift several Demogorgons at the same time.
Well made. Guess we'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see. We'll see. Um, do you think Will, now with Will's powers and him having a connection to the hive mind, do you think he'll be able to connect to Max and Holly inside Vecna's mind? Maybe that's the way they can
I
save
hope
them.
so.
Maybe that's the way they're going to use Will as a tool to save them. Yeah.
That is really interesting. I hadn't thought of that, and I really think that my answer is yes. I hope he does. I hope
Mhm.
that would be the way. My worry is it's a two-way street. I think just as easily as Will can tap into Vecna, Vecna can tap into Will. And I'm worried about what Vecna is gonna do. Like in season 2, how he used Will as a spy. I don't know.
Oh, that
I'm
was the
scared
mind
of
flayer that used him. It wasn't Vecna. It was the mind flayer that was a spy.
yeah, but are
Yeah.
they're the same though.
Okay. It's the thing. Are they the same? Are they two different entities? We don't know.
We're not sure.
I
Yeah,
want
we're
to
not
believe that they're
sure.
two different entities because again, like I don't know. Again, and we still don't know the origin of the upside down. So maybe once we get to that in volume 2, we will know the mind flayer's origins. Where did he come from? Who created the mind flayer? Because I don't think they're the same.
They're
And
not
maybe
the
they
same, but
and
they're
maybe
on
they
the
have
same
different
side.
motives. Maybe.
I
Maybe.
think. Yes.
Maybe. So many things could happen.
Yes.
Yeah. So his eyes turned white when he used his power. So that's a different feat that L doesn't have.
Exactly. Does Vecna do that?
What eyes? No, his eyes didn't turn white. Barely see his eyes are just yeah, they're black. They never turn white or nothing. So yeah, I don't know. Even when Henry used his powers in
It
that
wasn't
season
white.
4 flashback,
Yeah.
yeah. It's different. Will is built different. We just have to accept that. He's built different. All right. So
I love that.
I think that concludes our thoughts on Stranger Things season 5 volume 1. I will ask one more question. And so, what are one or two things that you want for them to do with volume 2 and 3? Obviously, we're going to get more information about Vecna, more information about the Mind Flayer. But the two things that I want for volume 2 and 3 is again, there needs to be some consequences. If someone is going to die, let them die. There needs to be something happening. Not
Why do you want people to die this bad?
because I feel like they're
They're cheating us? Or
they're
they're
cheating.
like,
They're
mm-mm.
cheating and they're not having the balls to take the dark route. This if this is supposed to be the darkest season of the show, prove it to us. I'm just saying.
Did they say that?
No, but so far with volume 1, it feels pretty dark.
Oh yeah, it is pretty dark.
I mean, shit,
I'm sure
Dustin, the
I don't
comic relief of the show has now been anti-Dustin. So clearly this is a dark season.
it is a dark season.
Yeah.
I don't know, man.
saying I want them to
I get
die,
it.
but have the balls to do something
It's
dark.
so early, Manaz. It was only volume one.
Okay, but in volume two, something's got to happen. So that's one. And two, get rid of this love triangle thing. It's not working.
It's
Nancy,
working.
Nancy is not going to choose neither of them. That's what I think.
Yeah, yeah, but it's like the drama's there.
I'm saying let the love triangle end because there are more important things happening right now. Jonathan
Ooh,
needs to
okay.
focus. Steve needs to focus. Justin needs to get his shit together. I get it, dude. You're still mourning, but
Yeah, Dustin needs to snap out of
be
it.
mean to Steve. He's done
Snap out
nothing
of
but
it.
snap out of it. That's what I also will Max ever wake up? We don't know. They might save it till the final episode,
Yeah.
but we'll see. We'll see. So, did you already say what you want to happen or not yet?
I low key, this is kind of a hater energy, but I do want Jonathan to propose and Nancy to reject him. I feel like that would be sufficiently dramatic. I really want to understand this children thing. I'm racking my head. I would love to, in addition to everything that you said, I want to know Vecna's plans. Like, I want to understand what's going on with the kid.
Yeah.
Yeah,
If my theory is correct and he's gonna get all of them powers and he's creating an army, man,
that would be wild.
that
That
would
would
be
be
wild.
wild.
That'll
Yeah.
be wild. Well, there you have it. Thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to leave a like and subscribe and share us your thoughts in the comment section below. What did you guys think of Stranger Things? What are your theories? Also, Mary and her close friend have a podcast together called Cut to the Feels. It's streaming on Spotify. I will leave a link in the description, so please follow them and check their content out. And yeah, that concludes it. You have any final thoughts?
No final thoughts. Thanks for having me. It was a
Of
lot of fun.
course.
Can't wait for volume two.
Yep. Can't wait. Take care, guys.